Step into Sci-Fi codes where mystery meets imagination. Enjoy the journey, and don't forget to subscribe. Chapter 1, Uneasy Observations. Captain Du Young stood before the holographic display in the ship's command center, his violet eyes narrowing as he examined the energy readings from the blue-green planet below. The data danced across the screen in precise, glowing arcs, yet something about it set him on edge. The planet's energy signatures were stable, almost unnaturally so, and every metric suggested an average developing civilization. Still, Du Young's instincts, honed over 100 first contact missions, sensed an anomaly. "Captain, additional data from the surface scans is coming in," reported Officer Nam, her fingers flying across the control panel. She was one of the ship's most skilled technicians, always calm and efficient. "The species calls themselves humans. They appear to be at a basic spacefaring stage. Their technology matches what we expect for a civilization on the cusp of interplanetary exploration." Du Young nodded slowly, though his unease lingered. The Galactic Federation had encountered countless young civilizations, but something about this one felt too neat. The human societal structure appeared streamlined, their progression almost eerily linear. Most civilizations showed erratic growth, with gaps in technology and infrastructure a hallmark of natural progression. Here, everything looked calculated. The ship's AI, a sleek and highly advanced system named Virid, displayed visual data, sprawling cities filled with tall buildings, ground vehicles powered by internal combustion engines, and satellites orbiting the planet. Their technological advancements aligned perfectly with a Type 1 civilization just beginning to harness its planet's resources. Yet, Du Young couldn't help but notice peculiarities in the visuals: buildings of similar design, factories with almost identical layouts, and cultural artifacts that lacked the diversity typical of an emerging world. "What's bothering you, Captain?" asked Science Officer Hill, stepping up beside him. Hill, with his calm demeanor and sharp analytical mind, was often a voice of reason in the face of uncertainty. Du Young gestured to a section of the data. "Everything matches our predictions," he said. "Too perfectly. Young civilizations are usually messy. They advance unevenly, with contradictions and inefficiencies. But these humans, they're following the expected development pattern like it's a script." Hill studied the display and then chuckled softly. "Maybe they're just organized. Not every species has to be chaos incarnate like the Relians." Du Young wasn't convinced. His long career in the Federation had taught him to trust his instincts, and those instincts were telling him that the humans were different. "Officer Nam, send our initial report to Federation Command. Han Gil, begin a thorough analysis of their communication systems. I want a complete linguistic and cultural profile ready for the ambassador's briefing." Nam nodded, her focus unwavering as she compiled the data. "Captain, one more thing," she said after a pause. "Their energy grid, there's something strange about it. It's efficient, almost flawless. No significant losses in transmission, no noticeable fluctuations. It's as if their power systems have been perfected." Du Young frowned. "That's impossible. Even the Federation's most advanced systems have minor inefficiencies." As his crew moved to carry out their orders, Du Young turned back to the display. The planet below looked serene, but appearances could be deceiving. His instincts told him that this mission would not unfold like the others. Chapter 2, First Impressions. The arrival of Ambassador Jen was an event in itself. Her ship, larger and more ornate than Du Young's, was a symbol of the Galactic Federation's power and unity. Adorned with golden symbols and equipped with advanced diplomatic systems, it was a vessel designed to impress. Ambassador Jen herself was an imposing figure. Her silver skin shimmered under the ship's lights, and her flowing white robes added to her aura of authority. "Captain Du Young," she greeted, bowing slightly. Her voice was calm but commanding. "I've read your preliminary reports. You seem concerned about something. Care to elaborate?" Du Young led her to the observation deck, where Earth hung in space, a glowing blue and green orb. The planet's beauty was undeniable, but Du Young's focus was on the hidden patterns beneath its surface. "What do you see when you look at their planet, Ambassador?" he asked. Jen studied the view thoughtfully. "I see a world full of potential. The humans have caused some environmental damage with their industrial development, but not as much as many species at this stage. They even seem to be taking steps to repair the harm. Is that what troubles you? Du Young hesitated, choosing his words carefully. Partly. They're making all the right mistakes, and they're correcting them in all the right ways. It's as though they've seen this before. It's unnerving. Jen gave him a reassuring smile. Captain, sometimes the simplest explanation is the correct one. Perhaps they are simply a sensible species. Let us not overcomplicate matters. The Federation values efficiency, and these humans may share that trait. With that, they turned their attention to the upcoming meeting. The Federation's standard protocol for first contact was to send a message using the target civilization's communication systems. Officer Nam drafted the message in Earth's primary languages. Greetings, people of Earth. We come in peace as representatives of the Galactic Federation. We wish to initiate a dialogue and share knowledge. The response came far sooner than expected. Within hours, the humans had organized a unified reply. Their message was polite and cooperative, even suggesting a meeting location, Central Park in New York City. The speed and efficiency of their reply surprised everyone on the ship. See? Hill said with a grin. They're just well organized. Maybe we've finally found a species that doesn't need to stumble through chaos to reach the stars. But Du Young's unease only deepened. He'd seen efficient species before, but the humans' behavior felt contrived. As if they were playing a role. He couldn't shake the feeling that they were hiding something. Chapter 3, The Meeting. The appointed day arrived. The Federation team descended to Earth in a sleek, small craft, designed for first contact missions. As they approached Central Park, the ship's sensors picked up the human preparations. The area had been cleared and secured, with barriers and a gathering of leaders and officials arranged in a precise formation. Security Officer Lee scanned the area. Their defenses are basic. Simple metal weapons and rudimentary barriers. No energy shields or advanced technology. They're still learning, Han Gil reminded him. It's to be expected. As the ship touched down, the humans waited with a mixture of excitement and curiosity. Their calm demeanor was unusual. Most species reacted to first contact with awe, fear, or even panic. The humans, however, seemed almost prepared. Ambassador Jen stepped out first, her white robes catching the sunlight. Du Young followed close behind, along with the rest of the team. The human delegation was led by a man in a dark suit, his expression friendly and welcoming. "Welcome to Earth," he said, his voice warm and confident. "I'm Dr. Kim, Earth's representative for this historic meeting." Du Young froze. Dr. Kim's words were spoken in perfect Federation standard. No translation devices, no errors. It was impossible. Federation encryption protocols ensured that their language was impenetrable to species at this level of development. Before Du Young could react, Ambassador Jen stepped forward, maintaining her diplomatic poise. "Thank you, Dr. Kim. We are honored to be here. May I ask, how is it that you speak our language?" "Dr." Kim's smile didn't falter. "We've been studying your transmissions since you entered our solar system. Our linguists are exceptionally skilled at pattern recognition. It wasn't difficult to learn." Jen's practiced demeanor slipped for a fraction of a second, but she quickly recovered. The meeting proceeded smoothly, but Du Young's unease grew with each passing moment. The humans asked all the right questions, showed the appropriate level of curiosity, and offered nothing but polite, measured responses. It was too perfect. As the Federation team prepared to leave, Dr. Kim offered a final comment that lingered in Du Young's mind. "We look forward to joining the galactic community. There is so much we can learn from each other." His tone was pleasant, but something about his choice of words unsettled Du Young. It wasn't the way a junior species spoke to their superiors. It felt rehearsed, deliberate. Back aboard the ship, Du Young replayed the meeting recordings, analyzing every detail. The humans' behavior wasn't natural. It was calculated. What are they hiding? He muttered to himself. Chapter 4, Cracks in the Pattern. Back aboard the Federation ship, Du Young spent hours reviewing the data collected from the humans. Every word spoken, every movement observed, and every pattern of interaction was scrutinized with an intensity born of suspicion. Yet, no matter how deeply he looked, nothing overtly abnormal presented itself. The humans behaved exactly as one might expect from a young, cooperative species. But therein lay the problem: there was no variance, no deviation from the expected. "Captain," Officer Nam called from her station. "You might want to see this." Du Young crossed the command deck to her terminal, where streams of human communication data scrolled across the screen. Nam pointed to a specific thread of messages transmitted through Earth's networks. "They've been broadcasting debates and discussions about us," she explained. "But look at the language patterns." Du Young leaned in. The debates were conducted in various Earth languages, but the structure of the arguments, the flow of questions and answers, and even the rhetorical strategies were unnervingly consistent. It was as if each participant in the discussion adhered to an unspoken script. "It's coordinated," Nam continued. "Even their disagreements feel rehearsed. There's no genuine spontaneity." Du Young frowned. Could it be a cultural trait? Some species value harmony to the point of suppressing individual expression. Nam shook her head. "That's possible, but the precision here goes beyond cultural norms. It's like watching a simulation of a debate rather than the real thing." Science Officer Hill, who had been quietly observing, spoke up. "Captain, if their communications are this coordinated, it raises questions about their governance. A unified response at this level suggests a level of central control we haven't accounted for." Du Young nodded, his unease deepening. "Prepare a detailed analysis of their media networks and political systems. If there's an artificial hand guiding these interactions, I want to know about it." As the crew dispersed to carry out his orders, Du Young turned back to the holographic display of Earth. The planet looked as serene as ever, but beneath its tranquil surface, something was undoubtedly amiss. Chapter 5, A Subtle Warning. 3 days later, Ambassador Jen convened a meeting with the ship's senior officers to discuss the humans' request for a technology exchange. The conference room buzzed with quiet tension as each officer reviewed their findings. Du Young sat beside Jen, his expression grim. "Ambassador," he began, "I must caution against sharing any advanced technology with the humans. There are inconsistencies in their behavior and development that we can't ignore." Jen raised an elegant eyebrow. "Inconsistencies, Captain? Or are we overanalyzing their efficiency?" "Efficiency is one thing," Du Young replied, "but their rapid adaptation is another. Within weeks, they've replicated our universal translators technology that should have been beyond their comprehension. And their linguistic proficiency in Federation standard is improbable." Science Officer Hill chimed in. "It's not just the translators. Their infrastructure and energy systems operate at near-perfect efficiency, yet their designs are primitive by Federation standards. It's as if they're intentionally hiding their true capabilities." The room fell silent as the weight of Hill's words sank in. Finally, Security Officer Lee spoke. "If they're hiding something, it could be a strategic advantage. We should proceed with extreme caution." Ambassador Jen sighed, her diplomatic poise intact. "Your concerns are valid, but the Federation's mission is to foster cooperation, not suspicion. If we withhold technology, it could jeopardize our relationship with the humans." Du Young leaned forward. "Ambassador, I propose a compromise. We provide them with low-level technological blueprints, something useful but non-critical, and monitor their response. If they reverse engineer it with unnatural speed, we'll have our answer." Jen considered this, then nodded. "Very well, Captain. Draft a proposal for the exchange. But remember, we must not let our caution turn into paranoia. The Federation's principles demand we approach this with an open hand." As the meeting adjourned, Du Young couldn't shake the feeling that they were walking into a trap. The humans' facade of innocence was too polished, too perfect. And perfect things were rarely as they seemed. Chapter 6, Beneath the Surface. The proposed technology exchange took place in a secure facility on Earth, with representatives from both sides present. The Federation provided schematics for a basic energy-efficient reactor, an obsolete design by their standards but revolutionary for Earth. In return, the humans shared data on their own energy systems, including their advanced grid infrastructure. Dr. Kim, the humans' ever-smiling representative, oversaw the exchange. "We're grateful for your generosity," he said, his tone warm but measured. "This reactor design will undoubtedly help us transition to cleaner energy sources." As the meeting progressed, Du Young couldn't help but notice the subtle precision in Dr. Kim's words and gestures. Every sentence was perfectly phrased, every movement deliberate. It was as if he had rehearsed every possible interaction. After the exchange, the Federation team returned to their ship to analyze the human data. Science Officer Hill worked late into the night, poring over the files. What he found sent a chill down his spine. "Captain," Hill said the next morning, his voice tense. "You need to see this." Du Young joined him in the lab, where a holographic model of Earth's energy grid hovered in the air. Hill pointed to several nodes on the grid. "These are their power distribution centers. On the surface, it looks like a conventional system. But when you analyze the energy flow," he adjusted the display, and the grid transformed into a complex web of connections. "It's not just a power grid. It's a data network, one that's orders of magnitude more advanced than anything we've seen. They're using their energy infrastructure to transmit information on a planetary scale." Du Young's eyes narrowed. "A planetary scale network? Why would they hide that from us?" Hill hesitated. "That's not all. Their data encryption is unlike anything we've encountered. It's adaptive. It changes faster than we can analyze it. Whatever they're transmitting, they don't want us to know." The implications were staggering. If the humans had developed a planetary network this advanced, it suggested a level of technological sophistication far beyond what they had revealed. Du Young turned to Hill. "Prepare a report for the ambassador. And increase our surveillance of Earth's communications. I want to know exactly what they're hiding." As he left the lab, Du Young's mind raced. The humans were not what they seemed. And whatever game they were playing, it was far more dangerous than anyone had anticipated. Chapter 7, Unmasking the Veil. The days following the discovery of Earth's advanced planetary network were tense aboard the Federation ship. Du Young had doubled surveillance on Earth, while Ambassador Jen worked tirelessly to maintain diplomatic overtures. However, cracks in the facade were beginning to show. Late one evening, Officer Nam called the captain to the bridge. Her face was pale, her usual composure replaced by unease. "Captain, we intercepted something unusual, a communication not meant for public networks. It's encrypted, but I managed to isolate parts of the data stream." Du Young leaned over her console, his purple eyes scanning the decrypted fragments. The text was fragmented but carried phrases that made his heart pound. "Accelerate phase transition. Maintain the construct. Observe their limits." "Phase transition," he murmured. "What could that mean?" Nam's voice was cautious. "Captain, these communications are not from surface-level broadcasts. They originate from beneath the Earth's crust, at depths that suggest hidden facilities." Du Young straightened, his mind racing. "A subterranean network? If that's true, they've hidden more than advanced technology, they've concealed an entire infrastructure." The next day, Ambassador Jen was briefed. Despite her diplomatic demeanor, even she could not hide her growing concern. "This is beyond mere efficiency," she admitted. "If they've hidden this much from us, we must consider the possibility that their outward appearance is deliberate misdirection." The drone launched under the cover of night, descending toward the coordinates Nam had identified. As it approached the surface, its sensors began to detect faint energy signatures. Subtle but undeniable. "What are we looking at?" Du Young asked Hill, who monitored the readings from the science station. Hill's face was grim. "A cloaked facility. They've layered it with interference fields to make it appear as natural geological formations. But the energy output is massive, far beyond anything they should be capable of producing." The drone maneuvered closer, its stealth systems engaged. What it found sent shockwaves through the Federation crew. The holographic display in the observation room showed the images captured by the drone. Deep beneath the Earth's surface was a sprawling complex of machinery and structures, glowing with a cold, bluish light. The architecture was sleek and otherworldly, far removed from the primitive cities on the surface. "This isn't human," Hill said, his voice trembling. This looks more advanced than our own designs." Ambassador Jen stood frozen, her silver skin seeming to pale. "Are you saying they didn't build this?" "No," Hill replied. "I'm saying they did. The materials match those used in their surface infrastructure. But this level of engineering, it's as if they've been hiding their true capabilities for centuries." Du Young felt a chill run down his spine. Why would they hide this? And from whom? Before anyone could answer, an alert blared across the ship. Nam's voice came through the intercom, urgent and sharp. "Captain, Earth's planetary defenses just activated. They've locked onto our drone." The human's response was swift and precise. Within seconds, energy beams shot out from concealed points on the surface, obliterating the reconnaissance drone before it could transmit more data. Back on the bridge, Du Young stared at the display in stunned silence. "They knew we were watching," he said quietly. Du Young clenched his fists as he read the message. Trust, indeed. The humans had taken the first steps toward revealing their true nature, but the game was far from over. What they had seen beneath the surface was only the beginning.